Hi everybody, I'm Amanda Harvey with A Beautiful Life Yoga, and today we're going to work on standing poses. So we'll go through the warriors, we'll go through triangle, and a couple other poses. So let's go ahead and start right at the tops of our mats in Tadasana in mountain pose. We'll close our eyes, we'll bring our attention to our breathing. Let's breathe in and out through the nose using our Ujjayi breath. Our Ujjayi breath is in and out through the nose, and we want to take that breath towards the back of the throat, as if we're trying to make an ocean sound with our breathing. With our eyes closed, let's take all of our attention to that breath. Notice the breath as it comes in through the nose. Imagine it spreading out through the body all the way down to the fingertips and the toes. And when we exhale, imagine all of the stress, the tension, everything in our body just releasing with that exhale. With our inhale, let's imagine our spine getting a little longer, our shoulders pulling back, our chest lifting and opening. And with our exhale, imagine our feet rooting deeper into the earth, our arms stretching down further. So in all of our yoga postures, there's going to be a pull and a stretch. So we're going to reach up in mountain pose, but we're going to root down. So there's this opposing force. So I'll point them out and we'll work on focusing on it through the poses. From here with our inhale, let's reach up through the arms, reaching up high, fingertips up, stretching, lifting the chest. And with our exhale, we're going to take a hold of our left hand palm. Our right palm is going to reach our left wrist, and we're going to just reach over to the side. We can turn our head to look up. Inhale up. We'll take our left hand to our right wrist, and we'll lean over to the left. Press that right hip out. Get a stretch through the side body. Inhale up. With our exhale, we're going to sit back into our chair pose. When we come to chair pose, our hips are pointing back, our knees are staying over our ankles. We don't want them to come forward to our toes. We're going to inhale, reach up. We're going to exhale, sit back for chair. Inhale up. Exhale, sit back for chair. And as we do this, we're still focusing on that Ujjayi breath. So our movements are matching our breathing. We're just warming up through the body. Let's do a couple more. We should start to feel the heat build in the body. Let's inhale, reach up. We're going to do a soft bend a soft back bend, lift the chest, and we're going to exhale, open the arms, return to mountain, to our Tadasana pose. From here, we're going to step back with our left foot. Our right foot is forward. We're going to flatten our back heel, sink into that front knee, reach up through the arms for warrior one. Think of squaring our hips towards the front of the mat. That toes turned in slightly. We're going to get a stretch through the hip flexors and some work here in that right thigh. And with our exhale, let's open our shoulders and hips. We'll heel toe our foot a little bit further in, that front foot a little further in. Reach out through the arms for warrior two. We can gaze out over that right palm. Think of centering in our spine, our heads over our chest, over our pelvis. We don't want to be leaning forward or falling backwards. Our back foot is turned in just a hair, so our heel is the furthest thing on the back of the mat. With our inhale, let's reach forward. We're going to turn our front palm to face up as we lift it to the sky. We'll reach down with our left arm for reverse warrior. Continue to bend into that front knee. And again, we're reaching up and we're reaching down here. So opposing forces. We're sinking in the hips, but we're lifting through the spine. Let's straighten that front leg. We might shorten our stance slightly. Let's reach forward. We'll take our right arm down, our left arm up for triangle. As we're here in triangle, we're gonna imagine we're squeezed in between two panes of glass. So our shoulder's gonna come back. We don't want to fall forward in the chest, so really open the shoulders. Maybe turn the head to look up if that's okay on our neck. If it's not, we can look down or straight ahead. Bringing our focus to our breath. Still working on that ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. And then we'll bend into our front knee, taking our forearm to the thigh for extended side angle. We want to check that back foot. Our toes should still be slightly in, so that heel will be the furthest thing on our mat. Let's stay light on this front arm instead of kind of collapsing into the upper body. Really working up. And then with our inhale, we're going to come back up to warrior two, and we're going to close the hips off as we return to warrior one. So sinking into that front knee, let's bring our hands back behind us, clasping them behind the back and opening our shoulders, gently arching the spine, lifting the chest. From here, we're going to release the hands, taking them to the mat, and we're going to gently step our foot back, coming into downward facing dog. Letting our hips lift, our shoulders pull back. We can move around in this pose if we'd like, kind of get the wiggles out of us, find those stretchy places and work them out. And let's slowly step our feet forward to the hands. Coming into forward fold, letting our head and our neck relax down. Gently bending the knees enough so our hands can touch the mat. We'll keep that soft bend in the knees, and let's inhale as we reach up through the arms. We'll exhale sitting back for chair. Let's inhale as we come up, keeping the body nice and warm here. Still focusing on that ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. A couple more here. One more. Let's inhale, reaching up high. We'll gently arch the back, lifting the chest, and we're going to step our right foot back, bending into our front knee for warrior one. You stay where you're at. I'm going to turn around so you can see me better. So again, we're thinking of squaring the hips and the shoulders to the front of the mat, getting that stretch through the hip flexor as we reach up tall through the arms, lifting the chest. And with our exhale, let's open through our shoulders and our hips for warrior two. Again, check that back foot. Our toes should be in slightly. We want our front knee to be over our ankle. We should be able to see our big toe without really leaning forward and reaching for it. We want to pull that left, use that outer thigh to really pull that left leg back. Let's reach forward. We'll turn our front palm to face up as we lift it to the sky for reverse warrior. Reaching down with our right arm, up with our left. Still focusing on those opposing forces. So we're sinking and we're reaching. We're creating and taking up as much space as we can. We'll straighten through our front leg. We might want to shorten our stance slightly. Let's reach out and we'll come into triangle. Think of tilting our pelvis so that right hip comes back, our left hip comes under to create that space between those two panes of glass. Our shoulders are pulling back, our hips are pulling back, our head is coming in line. We might look up, we might look down, or we might look forward. Again, listen to our bodies, whatever feels best on our neck. We'll bend into our front knee, coming into extended side angle. Staying light on this front arm. Think of lifting out of the shoulder socket as we sink into our hips. Then we're going to gently pull ourselves up. We're going to turn our hips forward, adjusting our back foot, reaching up through the arms for warrior one. Let's reach our arms back behind us, clasping them behind us as we open, lifting the chest, gently arching the back, but still bending into that front knee. And then we'll release the hands, bringing them to the mat. Pivoting onto the ball of our back foot, we can step back either into downward facing dog, or we might want to lower our knees coming into child's pose. So child's pose is always an option for downward facing dog. If we're not quite feeling ready for it, or we need a break, this is our best option. Just letting our body sink into the pose, whichever one we're in. And then we're going to bring our feet up to our hands. So just gently walking the feet forward into forward fold, letting our head and our neck relax down. We might turn the head from side to side to really release the neck. Let's take a soft bend in the knees. We'll inhale, reaching up through the arms. Let's exhale as we sit back for chair. Keeping that warmth, that energy and fire in the body. Let's hold it this time. Still breathing here. And we'll inhale, reach up, gently arch the back, lift the chest, and then we'll open the arms for mountain. Keeping our shoulders pulled back, our abdominals in nice and tall in Tadasana, our spine long. Still tuning into our breath. Let's turn our right knee out. And we're gonna bring that foot, it can stay with a toe on the mat, or we might bring it up to our shin. It might come all the way up to our thigh. We just wanna avoid putting it right on our knee. For tree pose. And let's find a spot on the wall to focus on. This will help stabilize our body. On the wall or on the floor, somewhere where your eyes naturally fall. Let's bring our foot. We'll turn our left knee out. Bringing our foot to the leg, we'll come to tree. Again, our choice where that foot lies. We just want to avoid placing it right on our knee. Let's return our foot to the mat. We'll inhale, reach the arms overhead, taking our palms together and down in front. And let's close the eyes and we'll take 3 breaths here, in and out through the nose. We'll open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for taking the time to make a practice for yourself. It's going to pay off so much in your life. My name's Amanda, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.